guys have tuned in to watch what's going to happen tonight. Maggie, what are you excited to see tonight?
Well, we hired someone new on First Church News, and I'm really excited for you to meet her.
She's going to make you laugh until you cry. And maybe fart, but who knows? We actually have a very special message this week from one of our small group leaders. Check it out.
Breaking news. I'm your host, Kaylee Thompson, and I am live to you from my house because social distancing and self-quarantining. It's just brought to my attention that First Church NP's youth group has the best youth group in the whole state of Nebraska. How crazy is that in North Platte? Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we have to tune into YouTube because, self-distancing, and we're just going to see how good this youth group is because apparently we all need Jesus. Back to you, Karen.
Who's Karen?
I'm not sure. I'm Maggie.
Yeah, and I'm Zach. In case you didn't know us, get the names right next time. Thanks.
But thank you for that wonderful message. We really enjoyed it.
We really did, so thank you so much for that. We are coming at you from the First Church News studio, and we're going to go to weather now and see what's going on outside. And so let's...
Oh, wait
a minute.
We're getting breaking news.
Breaking news!
Ice in the chapel.
Ice?
Ice baby. Hey everybody, welcome back to Youth Group Online. We're going to have another fun night yet again, and I cannot wait. We're going to have a little fun with a little vanilla ice tonight, so don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, and let's have some fun. Let's kick it!
Apparently we're back here at First Church News Studio, and we are excited about introducing our latest hire to all of you.
I had the chance to perform an exclusive interview with our new hire, and it was quite interesting. Why don't you check it out? So how are you doing today, Patty?
It's not Patty. Never been Patty. Don't know where you got that, but I'm doing quite fine. How are you doing?
I'm just doing wonderful. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Maggie.
So tell everyone what brought you here to North Platte.
Yeah, so one day I was just checking on my chicks, regular day for Patricia.
Of course.
And I was like, I'm ready for something new.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted something different. It's like, it's always been my dream to host a game show, so I did some searching on the web for some new jobs, and I saw here in North Platte, Nebraska, First Church was hiring for their youth group show, and I was like, why not?
Yeah.
And I interviewed, and here I am.
Here you are.
Yes.
So you left your husband and your chicks behind?
Yes, but I don't have a husband, but I'm single and ready to mingle.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about some of your hobbies here in town, Patty.
It's not Patty, like I said before. You keep doing it. It's Patricia,
Sorry.
but it's okay. But one of the things I like to do is knit. It's very peaceful. It's one of the ways I get rid of some stress, and I'm quite good at it too.
Oh, good.
I like to knit gloves, scarves, anything you can think of. So if you ever need anything, just let me know. Okay.
Oh,
Another activity that I like to participate in is water aerobics out at the rec center. It's a great facility here in North Platte. So glad that I moved here. Just every Thursday, me and the gals get together and do some work, and just it's great for the body.
Yes, for sure.
Why are you laughing?
I'm sorry.
It's not funny.
I laugh when I'm nervous,
It's
Patty. I
time
don't
to
know why I
exercise.
just do that.
It's Patricia, by the way. You just said Patty again.
Oh wow!
For the fifth time.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep doing that. So you said you're single and ready to mingle.
Yes, I am.
So just tell us a little bit about what you look for in a guy.
Yeah, I prefer that he's tall, dark, and handsome. Has brown eyes. Dreamy. But also has to have brown hair, some curly on top, a little bit bigger on top, you know.
Yeah.
And of course he has to be a chicken man. He has to love chickens just as much as I do. You know, I had to leave my chicks back in Illinois, so I'm looking to get some more.
Yeah. So if you are anything like Patty just described,
It's Patricia.
Patricia. Sorry.
Yeah. But
Come
yes.
on down to First Church, and
Thank you.
hopefully we can set you two up on a date.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
What were you like in high school?
I'd say I've changed, but I haven't at all. I have aged a bit.
Of course not.
Yeah. But yes, I look exactly the same as I did in high school. Maybe a new pair of glasses or a new pair of earrings, but nothing much different.
Of course not. So you brought something with you.
Yeah.
Is that like your favorite snack, or?
Yes, I love Raisin Bran.
So Patty, if you had to choose between,
Maggie, it's Patricia.
gosh,
not-
I'm so sorry. If you had to choose between Raisin Bran and a Chicken Man, what would you choose?
What did you just say?
If you had to choose
No, Maggie, that question is quite silly. Why would you ask that? Why could I have Raisin Bran and a Chicken Man? That's just so unrealistic and inappropriate for a conversation like this.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, Patty, thanks for joining us today.
Patricia.
Well, Patricia, thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed meeting Patricia, as she will be our host for all of our game shows in the coming weeks. Now back to you at the station, Zach.
Well, that was a very interesting interview. Thank you, Maggie, for doing that. We hope that you enjoyed Patricia, our latest hire here at the news station. And joining us in just a little bit is a special guest that we know you will enjoy, so be on the lookout for him.
And now we're going to throw it to Patricia, I remember that time, for a game with Cash and Maya. Take it away, Patty.
Thanks, Maggie. But it's Patricia. I've told you like 10 times. Let's work on it. Come on. Seriously. It's embarrassing. Okay, but here we are! Water War! So today we have two special guests with us today. We have Cash Morrison, everybody! Okay. Then we have Maya Lashley. Yep, no one claps for you. Okay. And to make this even more interesting, they're one of the couples here at First Church, so. Okay, but they're playing Water War, okay? We're gonna have a regular game of war with the 2 decks of cards split in half, and you know how it works. They flip one card over, whoever has the highest wins. Okay, so after every round, the winner gets to take a cup of water and splash it on the loser, however they choose. They can juke them out, they can just dump and pour in their head, they can, whatever they like, okay? It's what makes the game fun. But here's the kicker. If there's a tie, okay? As you can see, we have the big old pitchers of water, okay? If there's a tie, they're gonna say, I declare war. Just like that, repeat after me. I declare war.
I declare war.
Perfect, okay. So they say, I declare war, they flip the cards over, and whoever wins that one gets to take the big old pitcher of water and dump it right on the loser, however they choose. I don't know about you, but I'm hoping for a lot of ties. Okay, let's get started here, boys and girls. Okay, you guys know how it works. Okay,
ready?
let's take the deck of cards.
2, 3.
Oh,
Wait, is ace higher?
it's higher, really?
Woo!
How does it work always, Maya?
Yeah, come on.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Oh my gosh! She goes so feisty! Oh, that was good! That was good!
I'm scared.
Do you want some Raisin Bran?
Oh, yeah.
No, okay. Oh, no, it's on your hands. I'll pour it into your hand. Here you go.
Ready?
There you go. Okay. Okay! Hey, next round. You're a little wet there.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
One.
Hey, she's going. She's going.
I'm going. 1, 2, 3.
A 9 and a 3, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Okay, Cash, be smart with this. Uh-oh. Oh, hello. Oh, my gosh, you suck. You're so good. Would you like some bran, too? Would you like some? There you go. Next one.
2, 3.
An 8. Oh, and a 4.
Woo!
You got demolished there.
Don't plug your
My shoes! Gosh, watch out for that!
1, 2, 3.
King of the King! Oh my gosh! This is what we have been waiting for!
Declare war. Yeah!
Is that a 10 and a 6? Oh my goodness! No,
I'm so nervous. Okay,
Be careful.
ready?
Oh.
No.
How's she gonna do it?
2,
Oh my god.
3.
Oh my goodness! Oh, poor Cash! Poor Cash! It's Raisin Bran! Hallelujah! It's Raisin Bran!
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
A 3 and a queen. Cash, you're getting
I'm-
demolished. Oh my
This is not
god.
good.
Okay. Let's switch it up here. Do something fun.
Let's see.
uh,
Let's see here.
Oh my goodness! A good old bird bath, huh?
Oh, yeah. Feels great.
Bird bath. Hey,
Oh,
sorry
you
about
want-
that.
Don't worry, I'll help you out.
Nice.
Okay, on to the next round. Let's go,
Okay,
ladies
ready?
and gentlemen.
1, 2, 3.
Jack it is!
Oh my gosh, this is
God! There's no way
You
we
cold?
rigged these. Okay,
Kinda.
this is
Let's
all
go.
true.
Here, I'll warm you up.
Oh my gosh! Hey, and let's say, he chose this deck of cards, by the way.
I did.
Okay,
1,
let's go.
2, 3. Yes. Oh.
7 and a 6. Oh, that's a close one, ladies and gentlemen, but you still lost. Here we go.
I'm so nervous.
Alrighty! Cash is not afraid of the relationship ending, ladies and girls. We are going aggressive here today, okay?
1, 2, 3.
An 8
Yeah!
and a jack. Oh my gosh, this you have to feel like disgraceful. How you feeling?
That was pathetic.
It was like this. Oh! Oh my goodness.
I need some water after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some of that back. Okay. Up.
2, 3.
Oh my gosh, hey! Not to mention, we are getting close down. There's. Oh my gosh, okay, go. Uh-oh. Oh, right in the face, huh? Got some up in your nostrils. Oh no, that's my job. That's my job. Raisin. It's Raisin Bran. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point this out. There's just 1 cup each for left.
Please be a
Okay?
tie.
It could possibly be. Oh, there's my father. Oh, that's not my father. That's one of my dad's workers. Sorry, Todd.
3.
5 and a 6.
Oh, you won!
I'll get that Raisin Bran off your
Please.
face. Oh no, I missed.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Maya's the winner. We weren't rooting for her, but she won. But
Do it.
here's the kicker.
I dare you. I dare you.
We still have 1 pitcher of water left, and it looks like I get to choose where this one goes. And oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you all came for, huh? Okay. Oh, there's 1 more. Okay. But thank you for joining us here today on Water War. It's a pleasure hosting for you all today. Thanks for joining us, Kasha. How you feeling?
I'm a little wet, but not feeling too bad.
You have some Raisin Bran on your
Yeah,
face, yeah.
I'll save that for later.
Well, we probably should get that off.
No,
Okay,
that's all right.
hey, Maya, so you won this round, huh? So, might be the only game that you ever win. So, how you feeling?
I'm feeling, on top of the world.
Okay, yeah, we have some great interviewers here, some great answers. So, yeah, next week we'll get some better. Okay. Okay. Thank you for joining us again, and back to you, Zach.
Now we have a very special guest joining us live in the studio. It is our very own Tom. Hey, Tom. Tom has a very special announcement for us about a prize giveaway that we're doing at the end of the show.
Wait, now prize.
No,
Now.
not now. It's at the end.
Prize later.
Yeah.
I give prize.
Yeah, we're gonna announce
Now.
the prize giveaway at the end of the
Oh,
show.
later.
Maggie,
Later.
if you call me Patty one more
Patty,
time,
I'm sorry.
Who is that?
That's Tom.
I think I'm in love. No, wait, Tom! Tom, come back! Tom, come here!
Anything can happen at
Anything.
youth group here at First Church, especially on YouTube. But speaking of youth group, we always do every single week, we have worship because we believe it's important to connect with Jesus. And so our worship team has two pretty incredible songs that they're going to sing for us tonight. And feel free to sing them out loud at home, put your AirPods in, and maybe close your eyes and hum them, or whatever you want to do to connect with Jesus. And then afterwards, there's a message. We're starting our brand new series tonight called Scandalous, and I'm really excited about that. It kicks off our Easter series, and so let's worship now.
And here is the worship team with the latest.
Our God, a firm foundation, our rock, the only solid ground. As nations rise and fall, kingdoms will storm.
you've heard this before, but whenever someone asks, how do you become a Christian? How do you become a Christ follower? I hear stuff all the time like, well, you got to stop drinking beer. You got to stop smoking weed. You got to stop watching porn. You got to stop lying. You got to stop cheating. You got to stop sexting. You got to stop. You get the picture. But our Easter series is all about the scandal of the love and the grace of Jesus. You see, Jesus was probably the most scandalous man to ever walk on this planet. Jesus did things that ticked off the religious people of his day. Jesus said things that would make people nowadays in the middle of church get up and walk out the door. Jesus was a little bit outside the box. Jesus did things outside the norm back in his day. And in our series, we're going to look at some different ways that Jesus was scandalous. With how he lived his life, with who he hung out with. But probably the most scandalous thing of them all was when he died on the cross for our sin. When he died on the cross for the things that we did. But then, 3 days later, he came up out of the grave. And oh boy, was that a scandal. People back then tried to cover it up. They tried to pretend like it never happened. And we'll talk about that in a couple weeks on Easter Sunday. I'm really excited about that. But the beauty about this scandalous man named Jesus was the fact that none of the things that I listed before when I said, oh, you have to stop this, you have to stop this, you have to stop X, Y, and Z. The beauty of all of that is that none of that is required for you to become a follower of Jesus. And today we're going to look at a story in the Bible where Jesus interacted with a man named Zacchaeus. And what happened was Jesus was just doing his Jesus thing, and he was going from one city to the next, almost like a celebrity. And what happens when celebrities are walking down the street, you have Drake or you have Justin Bieber, you have someone walking down the street, Selena Gomez, you have these actors, actresses, you have these movie stars, The Rock. What are people doing? Paparazzi is following them around everywhere. These big crowds of people want to see what's going on. So this is what happened. Jesus is walking around. He's a big celebrity. People know about him. And if they don't, they're about to. And he enters this city called Jericho, and this big crowd of people, they're following him. And Jesus' initial plan was to just pass through the city. But I find it funny that Jesus, he changed his travel plans. He said, hold on, I'm going to do something else. I'm not just going to pass through. I have an objective in mind. I have a goal in mind, a purpose in mind. And so he flips the script. Doesn't it sound like the world we live in right now? That I feel like every hour things are changing. Every minute things are changing. And we have to learn to adapt to them. And that's what Jesus was doing here. Jesus enters into the city, and it happens to be a city where Zacchaeus is living. And Zacchaeus' job was a tax collector. Now, some of you are like, Zach, I'm 12 years old. I'm 16 years old. I don't really pay my taxes. I don't really know what taxes are. So how is this a big deal to me? Well, it's a big deal that Zacchaeus was a tax collector because they were considered among some of the worst kinds of people. They were seen as traitors. They were lumped in among those who were murderers or thieves. And so Zacchaeus, he's this bad guy. Nobody likes him. He's not popular at all. If anything, he's infamous. But Zacchaeus sees this commotion going on. He sees the crowd start building. And one thing I didn't mention was that Zacchaeus, he was kind of tiny. Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he. If you grew up in church, you know that song. He wasn't a tall guy. He was pretty short. And so he's trying to see, like he's trying to look over everyone's shoulders, and he can't see. So what does he do? He tries to find higher ground. And so what Zacchaeus does, he's a smart guy. He sees a tree, and he climbs that tree to get a better view. So now he can see. Now he can see over everyone. And he's looking, he sees Jesus off in the distance, and I feel like Jesus is doing what politicians do. He's like shaking people's hands. He's smiling. He's talking with people. He's teaching people. He's walking through the crowd. And he's getting closer and closer to Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus is like, what's the big deal here? And as Jesus is approaching him, he's walking along. He's passing through. And then he stops. And it says this in verse 5. It says, when Jesus reached the spot, the tree where Zacchaeus was in, and he was watching Jesus, it says he looked up and he said to Zacchaeus, Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today. You see, Zacchaeus is probably freaking out at this point because he never met Jesus before. And then Jesus stops, looks at him, gives him eye contact, and he calls him out by his name. And Zacchaeus probably turned pale. He probably froze. He might have peed a little bit. I don't know. But he's up in the tree and he's going, this guy who everyone is here to see just called out my name. He's looking at me. Are you sure it's me? And not only did he say my name, but he said, get down because he wants to go to my house. Is my house clean? I don't even know. That's freaking him out. Can you just imagine what's going through Zacchaeus' head? Doesn't Jesus know that I'm an awful man? That I've done so many bad things, but yet he wants to meet with me? You see, this was so scandalous of Jesus to do this, because look at what happens when people saw Jesus walking into Zacchaeus' house. It says in verse 7, all the people saw this, and they began to mutter. Oh, that Jesus guy. He just went into Zacchaeus' house. He's gone to be a guest of a sinner. And people are talking crap about Jesus behind his back. And when something scandalous happens, though, people tend to talk about it a lot. And in a not so good way. So the two of them go into Zacchaeus' house, and it's there that true life change happens. You see, because Zacchaeus, he received this gift of Jesus into his life. And he became a follower of Jesus. And here's the kicker. He didn't have to clean his life up first in order to encounter who Jesus was. Jesus loved Zacchaeus too much to just leave him in that tree. Jesus loves you too much to just leave you how you are. He wants to meet with you. He wants to pursue you. He wants to give you that love and joy and peace. And I think that's something we need every day. But man, we need his love and peace right now more than ever with what's happening in the world. Jesus, he met me in my mess. He met me where I was, which wasn't a good place. Because you see, I was struggling with addiction. I was struggling with anger. I was just struggling with a lot of things, a lot of pain in my heart. But there was something about Jesus that intrigued me enough to climb up a tree and from a distance check Jesus out. Maybe for some of you that's hopping on YouTube right now and you're intrigued by all this stuff that's happening. You saw one of our students posting about youth group tonight, tune in, and you're just like, you know what, I'm intrigued. You're sitting in a tree right now. But here's the beauty of this. Jesus stops right next to the tree and he's looking up at you and he's giving you eye contact and he's calling out your name. And you're like, man, I've never met Jesus before. Well, Zacchaeus didn't either, because Jesus knows everything about you already. Man, isn't that the cool part? That he knows you, he knows your mess, he knows your struggle, he knows your pain, but he's still calling out your name. He still wants to meet with you. And that's what Jesus did with me. He called out my name and he said, Zach, You no longer have to be intrigued from afar. Instead, hey, let's go meet and let's talk about some things. Because I have something that you need. I have something that you're truly craving for. And I began to think, man, if Jesus was here today, I mean, Jesus is here, but if he was physically here in person today, he'd still be hanging out with the people that he hung out with back then. You see, if Jesus was chilling in a house, I bet that house would be full of alcoholics. I bet that house would be full of drug addicts. I bet that house would be full of porn stars. I bet that house would be full of adulterers. I bet it would be full of corrupt politicians. I bet in his house there'd be terrorists, there'd be rapists, there'd be thieves, and so on. Because he wants to meet people where they are. But the reality is there'd be people like me and others who look down on him for meeting with those people. How dare you meet with that person? Their life is a mess. Their life is corrupt. And we would look down on people who are just trying to spread the good news of Jesus. When they go and hang out with a certain person or talk with someone that's different. And we look down on them. Why is she hanging out with that person? Ugh, they're gross. They're not even popular. Why are they communicating with them? You see, Jesus came into this world to pursue sinners like me. What would it look like if you lived a scandalous life like Jesus's? And we welcomed the worst of the sinners into our home. What would it look like? Answer that question. We sure do love our comfort, don't we? We sure do love our safety. We love what is familiar to us. But what would it look like if we met people where they were? And we welcomed people, even the worst of the worst, into our homes. And you're like, Zach, we can't really do that right now because, coronavirus, social distancing. There are ways to be the church and to use this scandalous love of Jesus in someone's life. Call someone. See how they're doing. You can get on the Starbucks app and you can send someone a barcode and say, hey, here's a $5 gift card to Starbucks. Enjoy your coffee. Or maybe your family's like, you know what? I want, because of the response of Jesus saving me and coming into my life and dining with me and meeting with me and changing my life forever, our family wants to buy your family dinner. So tell us what kind of pizza you like. We'll include breadsticks. We'll throw in dessert. We're going to order all the stuff that you guys want. We'll order drinks and things like that from Domino's, and we're going to send it your way. What day are you guys free? What day do you guys want dinner delivered? You see, there are ways that we can love on people and show people the love of Jesus and to tell people the love of Jesus. Hey, why are you doing this? I don't know why I'm doing it. I just know Jesus changed my life. And that's it. And all of a sudden you have entered into this conversation with these people about Jesus. There are ways to do this in the world that we're living in right now. I'm reminded of the gospel in all of this. I'm among those sinners that Jesus pursues. And Jesus was met with hostility when he met with sinners. So much so that people killed him, brutally murdered him, and hung him on a cross because of his outside of the norm, outside of the box actions and the words that he said. It was a scandal, all right. And we'll talk about that more in a couple weeks on Easter. But the beauty of this scandalous love of Jesus is that he invites us, even while we're still sinners. He wants us to know him. He wants us to draw near to him because his Bible says when we draw near to him, he draws near to us. So what are you doing today to draw near to him? Man, there's a Bible app out there. It'd be cool if you got some friends and said, hey, let's do this Bible study through our Bible app. We don't have to get near each other because, social distancing. But let's just do it from our home. Let's get on Zoom. Let's do something about our relationship with Jesus and not just sit here and dwell on the fact that things are canceled and things aren't working out the way that you want them to work out. Instead of that, let's enter in to the dining room where Jesus is at our table and he's saying, come eat with me, come relax with me, come and hear what I have to say. I want to give you this peace. Stop dwelling on all the stuff that you can't control. And it's when we experience his love that's so amazing. We can't help but to go out and to love people like Jesus loves people. We can't help but to go out and do something about what Jesus is doing in our heart. What are you doing this week to point people to the scandalous love of Jesus? What are you doing? There are many opportunities for you to be a light in this darkness, to tell others about Jesus. I'm so glad that someone told me about Jesus. Because in that point in my life, I was a 10th grader in high school. And I was struggling with a lot of things. And if it wasn't for someone telling me about Jesus, I wouldn't be here right now. Jesus saved me. And I'm not just saying this as a churchy way of talking, but I'm saying he literally saved me from the path I was going because I was doing things that would have surely killed me. But he saved me. And Jesus can save you too. He wants to meet with you. Let him meet with you. Talk to Jesus. Let him know that you're sorry for sinning and for messing up. Here's the cool thing. Jesus can empathize with you. He understands. He wants to hear you talk about that stuff. And when we ask him to forgive us, he'll forgive us. Because that's what he says he'll do. And then when we say, Jesus, I need you in my life to save me. I need you to be Lord and Savior of my life. Not only to save me, but be Lord, which means to make decisions for me for the better. When we do that, the Bible says we will be saved. And our hearts will be changed. Our life will be turned upside down. And we will have no choice but in direct response to what Jesus is doing in our life and in our heart, we'll go out and make a difference. If you need to talk to me, leave it in the comment section or maybe head over to our Instagram, First Church MP, and send us a DM, and I'd love to connect with you this week. Hop on our Zoom, high schoolers, Monday nights, 9 o'clock. If you're a middle schooler watching, hop on 8 o'clock, Tuesday nights. We want to grow together. We want to connect together. Seniors in high school, be on the lookout for this. We're starting a new book study through Francis Chan's Crazy Love. It's just for seniors. We'll give out more information on that in the near future. Do things to get closer to Jesus. What are you doing this week to tell people about the scandal of grace?
Amazing grace, how sweet lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy reigns, unending love, amazing grace. The Lord has promised His good to me. His word, my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. My chains are gone, have been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy reigns, unending love, amazing grace. The earth shall soon dissolve like snow. The sun forbear to shine, but God who called me here below will be forevermore. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy reigns, unending love, amazing grace, unending love, amazing grace.
Well, we hope that you had an opportunity to connect with Jesus through the music and through the message. And if you have any questions about our worship, feel free to DM us on Instagram, First Church NP, or just send me a text or an email, and we'll be glad to get a hold of you this week.
And now we're going to send it to Tom with the weather.
No weather. Prize. Now.
Tom, if you just give me a hello there. He said, no weather today, but we do have a prize. As you saw on our Instagram, that there was a contest for Best Picture, and the winner gets a dinner given by Zach. So, the friend's photo was quite nice, but they were not practicing social distancing. Not only were they almost touching each other, but they were drinking out of the same drink. Like, are you kidding me? Gosh. But we do have a winner, don't we, Tom?
Miller. Toby.
Yes, her office photo. Quite nice. Toby Miller, you are the winner. Zach will get in contact with you and get that dinner for your family. Maybe I'll even throw in a box of my Raisin Bran. Oh, just kidding. I would never give this up. But yes, Toby Miller, you are the winner. Tom! 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 Tom!
We still don't know the weather.
Tom. The
Did you
weather.
like that? Here's something. Congratulations for winning the Oh, well, okay, let's move over.
Anyway.
Apparently this means that we're done with youth group tonight on
Yes.
YouTube. Be
So-
sure to let your friends know about this so they can connect. Also, we have our Zooms meeting Monday night, high schoolers at 9 o'clock, and then Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, our middle schoolers are meeting.
Yep,
And
so-
so, yeah, make sure to join us, connect with us, follow our Instagram, First Church MP, and just connect with us throughout the week.
Thanks for
So,
watching First Church News.
Yep, stay classy, North Platte.
See you next week.
Tom! My name's
Leave this the way it is.
Patricia. Yeah, I'm super awesome. Yeah, and I like Tom. And I don't like Maggie. Ah, Pastor Doug, everybody! Oh, my! What a special guest we have, huh? Great guy, 10 out of 10. We love you. Okay.
That was a good one.
Maggie, get me another box, okay? We need that now. And I'm not about to eat some soggy raisin bread, okay?
Another hobby that I do is water aerobics.
Now back to you at the station, Zach.
How dare you embarrass me like that in that interview?
Patricia,
This is
I don't know what's
ridiculous.
wrong. I couldn't
It's
remember.
it's so rude. I just came here. You should be able to remember my name, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Eat it with the raisin bran, Trisha.
Oh, you got me, Patricia!
Oh.
Still hate you.
What a moment.
Wait, breaking news. There's just reports of ice in the chapel.
Excited for you to finally meet our latest hire
Yes.
here at the news station.
I had the opportunity to perform an exclusive.
Maggie, if you call me Patty one more time,
Patty,
I will
I'm
freak.
sorry.